Well, folks, we are only 8 days into the new year, and it really does look like Logan Paul is going to be the guy who took the biggest L of 2023, even though we're only 8 days into the new year. It's absolutely insane. So, we have some interesting updates, and I just want to let you guys know right now, we are going to break this thing all the way down, and I'm going to tell you guys what's really going on here because there's a lot that's not adding up in the new developments that we got. So, let's just go ahead and get right into it, right? So, Logan Paul, okay, first he disabled the comments on basically the last like 3 videos he put up because he's just getting demolished by the public and the people, which means that the average person, the majority of the people out there in the world and on the internet do not agree with him. They actually agree with CoffeeZilla, which again, you can't really be surprised. I mean, it's very sad that this guy admitted that it took him several days to write that awful 7-minute video apology that he made, and it still didn't work. People still agree with CoffeeZilla. And the reason why people agree with CoffeeZilla is because CoffeeZilla actually did real research, not just posting a bunch of bullcrap and deflecting from the blame. See, had Logan Paul actually made a video and actually brought up some things that we maybe didn't know or actually had some good points as to why he's not a scammer, then maybe things would be different. But turns out that he came out with one of the worst apologies of 2023 and has absolutely taken the biggest sell. So let's go ahead and look at some of these new updates. So here's one right here. CoffeeZilla posted a tweet. And it's funny, too, because if you look at what CoffeeZilla is quoting, this actually comes a day after this tweet where he says response video to Logan Paul drops today. And I think as soon as Logan Paul saw that, he's like, all right, bro, I'm waving the white flag. I'm done. I can't beat you. Like, Jesus, man, you've already completely annihilated me. And now you're making another response video to me. So Logan Paul calls CoffeeZilla. Here's what CoffeeZilla said. He said, Logan called me. He said he's deleting the 2 responses and is dropping the lawsuit threats. Now, that's interesting. It says he said he's deleting the 2 responses. Well, he already deleted 1 response, which was on his main channel. However, I'm assuming the second response means his impulsive podcast response, which is interesting because that podcast is still up. He did not delete that. And actually, that one is funnier than the 7-minute video that he actually posted. Like, the 7-minute video was funny. There was a lot of memes, but nothing beats that podcast where the mic guy in the video was like, oh, I remember when we first heard about it. We were sitting on our fancy yachts with all these beautiful women in Qatar and the beautiful ocean and the beaches. And we found out that CoffeeZilla exposed us and it broke our hearts. It's like, oh my goodness, dude, how separated from actual reality can you be? You're sitting on a nice yacht in a boat in Qatar and you're complaining. Like, it's just so funny. And then on top of that, you have this weird part of the video where Logan Paul like read a note from a fan and like cried. So it's absolutely funny. So the funniest response video he still has up on his Impossible podcast. But let's keep reading. CoffeeZilla says, I believe he's making a 3rd response, which I'll be delaying my video to include. Now, I actually wanted to wait until Logan Paul released his 3rd response before I came up with this update video. But you guys know Logan Paul is not the sharpest tool in the shed. I mean, for crying out loud, it took that guy 3 days to make that sorry-ass video that he made. So it's like, okay, dude, well, he's not that smart. So, like, you know, who knows when we'll get that 3rd response video that he made. We might not see that till 2024. I mean, it's Logan Paul. He's not smart at all. My goodness, it's hilarious. All right, so Coffee says hopefully this time he takes accountability and refunds the victims of Crypto Zoo. That's what matters. Yeah, that would be great to see. However, pretty sure we know that's not going to happen. CoffeeZilla then says Logan's response. His response was rash and misaligned with the true issue. He's going to be taking accountability, apologizing, and coming forward with a plan. Let's go ahead and read Logan Paul's actual message in the Discord. Logan Paul said, hey, y'all, just wanted to update you. I deleted my initial response to Coffee's series. It was rash and misaligned with the true issue at hand, so I called him today and apologized. The war is not with Coffee. In fact, I'm grateful he brought this to light. I will be taking accountability, apologizing, and coming forward with a plan in the near future. Thank you for believing in this project and sticking with me. I know it's been bumpy, but your support is everything to me, and I will make this right. Okay, translation. Here's the translation of what Logan Paul is really trying to say here. I was dumb. I'm a narcissist. I refuse to take accountability because I think that I'm right about everything. I think that I can do no wrong. And I think so highly of myself that even when somebody comes with just straight up facts and exposes me, I still have the nerve to go on an entire podcast and cry on camera and act like I'm the victim when I have a net worth of $45 million and all of my fans lost everything investing in this scam that I was behind. That's the translation. So yeah, Logan Paul has taken the biggest L of 2023. Absolutely no doubt about it. Absolutely hilarious stuff. But now let's get into the actual, like, the deep part of why I think he actually took that video down. You see, there's this guy who apparently fled to Switzerland named Zach Kelling. Okay. Logan Paul actually doxed that guy. And we're going to get into that right now. So if you look right here, this comes from Logan Paul's response video. He showed something. He basically showed the criminal history of Zach Kelling. But I think this is the part that a lot of people, even myself, missed when you really look at this video. You see, if you look at the bottom left corner where it says crime details, you can see that it says July 12th, 2002. That was 20 years ago. And he's showing the KS Johnson, and then he's showing, the whole, like, I guess he got a felony, and then he's showing like other court things that happened. But a lot of people on social media actually pointed out that Logan Paul has basically made himself liable for defamation. Like, if Zach wanted to go after him because he posted this. Because you see, folks, not only did this take place 20 years ago, this criminal record right here was actually expunged. When something gets expunged, that means it gets removed from public record. So there's only one possible way Logan Paul could have gotten a hold of this kind of information. He would have had to have run a background check. And see, this is where it gets very, very interesting, because you either ran a background check before all of this came out and you had this information, or you ran a background check afterwards and found out all this information. Either way, you have made yourself liable to an actual lawsuit from the Zach Kelling guy, who, by the way, he's told his side of the story on Facebook. And he wrote this entire long post. I'm not going to post it, but I'm just going to tell you guys basically what he said. Basically, according to Zach Kelling, everything that Logan Paul is saying is a lie. He did not flee to Switzerland and keep the code or whatever. Like, Zach Kelling, the way he explains it is, yes, he did keep the code, but the reason why is because he did a whole bunch of work and did not get paid for his work, which I think any reasonable human being could sympathize with that. If I'm putting in all this work, doing the programming and the coding or wherever I need to do to make this game and this project happen, and you're not compensating me for it, yes, I'm going to be upset and I'm going to retaliate. Now, Zach Kelling also said something else. Zach Kelling said that there were actually 30 developers that were involved in the project, and he did post receipts regarding that entire thing too. So not only did Logan Paul somehow managed to take the biggest L of 2023, which I didn't see coming. Also, he took the biggest L of 2023 in the first 8 days. Not only did he manage to do that, but he also managed to, 1, make himself look like a fool, 2, play the victim, 3, get the entire internet to hate him, 4, basically end his career once again, 5, further expose himself for being a scammer, and 6, open himself to legal liability. And it's actually hilarious because this guy actually threatened to sue CoffeeZilla, and now he has opened himself to a lawsuit. And this is why I believe that he deleted that video and not the Impulsive video, because if you go up and you look at the Impulsive podcast, the one that he did where he talked about the whole CoffeeZilla thing, the thing that was super cringe, the one where he said he first found out about it on a boat in Qatar, that podcast is still up. So it raises the question, okay, well, if you deleted that response, why didn't you delete the other response? I really think he deleted this response because of the fact that he posted information that is not public. This right here is not public information. You cannot do that. You cannot post somebody's expunged criminal record that's no longer public, that is now private information, and expose it to the public. That opens you up to liability. So I think he probably finally talked to a lawyer, because let's be real, guys. When he made these responses and said, oh, I'm going to sue CoffeeZilla, I'm going to go after him. Let's be real, guys. I understand the lawsuit process very well because multiple people have threatened to sue me. One thing that your lawyer is always going to tell you when you speak to a lawyer, 1, they're going to ask you, what happened? Why are you suing this person? And then the lawyer is going to try and figure out if you actually have a case. And then the second thing your lawyer or attorney is always going to tell you is shut up. Don't say a word. Don't do anything, because anything you say can be used against you. So the fact that he even came out with these responses tells me that he did not talk to a lawyer. And guess what very likely happened to old pathetic, sad old Logan Paul when he finally talked to an attorney? The attorney said, what are you doing, you idiot? You exposed somebody's criminal record that got expunged that is no longer public information. Not only did you do that, you basically exposed yourself in different situations in the video and completely outed yourself as a complete hypocrite in everything that you did in that response video. If you really want to take legal action, take this video down. And not only that, you've opened yourself to legal liability. Take the video down. So that's what I think. Now, again, this is just my speculation. It'll be interesting to see if he actually ends up taking down the Impulsive podcast. So far, he hasn't done that. And again, I really think I know why. I think this right here, this little uh, background check that he exposed on Zach Helling, I think that could really hurt him because you basically doxed this guy. Nobody knew that Zach Helling had a criminal record until you exposed it, and Zach Helling got it expunged, which was the fair thing to do. He got his record expunged, so this information should not be public. You made it public, which means you've opened yourself up, man. So, and I also wanted to talk about this situation right here because one of the saddest things about this entire saga that has taken place with Logan Paul is the guy has a net worth of anywhere between 35 to 45 million dollars. That is literally his net worth, which means he has more than enough money to easily refund all of the victims and still be fine financially. It wouldn't clean him out if he did the right thing and refunded all the victims. As a matter of fact, I think that's the only course of action that Logan Paul can take. I don't even think apologizing will really work in this case because, like I said, you literally are participated in a legit scam. You refuse to take any accountability. And again, we still don't fully know the truth. I mean, CoffeeZilla did a great video, but everything is just he said, she said. Crypto King thinks that he got screwed and he got played. Logan Paul thinks that he's the victim and he unfortunately hired a bunch of criminals and he didn't know any better. And then Jeff, God knows. And then you got the Eddie Ibanez guy who turned out to be a scam. And it's just an entire mess. But what it really comes down to is, how does Logan Paul make this right? If Logan Paul really cares about saving his image and stopping all of the just absolute annihilation he's been receiving in the comments on social media, he could end it by doing one simple thing. Come out and say, you know what? I didn't intentionally try to scam anybody. However, I played a role in this because I wasn't, I don't know, like intelligent enough or business minded enough to, or responsible enough is the word, to hire the right people. And because of that, I'm sorry, and I will be refunding every single person who lost money. They can easily verify who lost money by getting their wallet address through the blockchain. That could easily save Logan Paul's career, in my opinion. But he probably won't do that, so what can you do? Yeah, those are my thoughts regarding the whole Logan Paul thing. Definitely feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you guys in the next one.